Welcome to Jersey Line. What is it, week 16 of the NFL season? If you want to call last week an NFL week, COVID devastated many of the teams. Last night, I picked Washington last week. Last night, Washington played their postponed game against Philadelphia. They had a guy, Gabbert, starting at quarterback who they signed off the New England practice squad, and he showed up on a team Friday, and the guy is starting, Tuesday night. Yeah, that didn't go well for me. There was a lot of that. I had Cleveland. Cleveland has no quarterbacks. It was a very rough week. I went, I think, 7-8. I took a beating on quite a few games because it's almost like a preseason game out there. Hopefully that settles down this week and you got the actual players. There were some weird games. Tampa Bay gets shut out. I had Green Bay, 4.5. I'm looking great until the last 3 minutes, and Baltimore comes back. Baltimore couldn't get out of their own way for the last 3-4 weeks with a backup quarterback. Nobody's watching the left side of the line. This kid's just running in for touchdowns. It was a rough week, but I managed to struggle through at 7-8. Hopefully things are better this week. Let's begin. Christmas, first off, before I forget. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a good Christmas, a good healthy Christmas. All right, we're back with Thursday night because of COVID. This is San Francisco and Tennessee. The guys have been playing late games. So Thursday night is a special Thursday night game. You got San Francisco at Tennessee. Tennessee plays down to their opponent. They just lost to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh isn't scaring anybody off the field. San Francisco's got it going on. They're running the ball. They're passing the ball. Jimmy G looks like Jimmy G again. Somebody's going to trade for this guy next year because they're going to go with Trey Lawrence in San Francisco. I'm going to go with San Francisco -3.5, over under 44. Saturday games. We got two of them, I think, Saturday. You got Cleveland at Green Bay. I'm assuming Baker Mayfield's going to play. I'm taking Green Bay, so maybe I don't want Baker Mayfield to play. I'm going to take Green Bay -7, over under 44.5. Another Saturday game. Just shaking a cold. Had a flu test. I was negative, but I certainly had some sort of cold. Saturday, 8 o'clock, we got Indianapolis at Arizona. Not sure what happened to Arizona, but Indy is playing ball. Now, Carson Wentz isn't exactly the Carson Wentz from a few years ago, but Taylor is probably the best running back on the field today. And if you can run, you can beat Arizona by keeping them off the field. Like I said, I'm not sure what to make of Arizona right now. They got some flat tires. I'm going to go with Indianapolis. I'm getting 1.5, over under 49.5. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Tampa Bay at Carolina. Tampa Bay just got smoked, shut out. I'm assuming touchdown Tom Brady will rectify that this week against a horrible Carolina team. I'm going to take Tampa Bay, big spot, 11, over under 44. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Chargers at Houston. That was one of the few games I won last week. I had the Houston and the over. I'm going to go with the Chargers. It's a big spot again, 9.5, over under 46. I like the Chargers. Sunday, 1 o'clock. My New York Football Giants are on the road, Philadelphia. Philadelphia looked pretty damn good against Washington, but again, if I had shown up in a Washington jersey, I probably would have quarterbacked for the the Washington football team last night. I don't know what their situation is quarterback-wise, COVID protocols and all. I'm going to go the numbers and the cards that are on the table. I'm going to take Philadelphia -10, over under 41. Sunday, 1 o'clock. I was actually talking about Washington there when I was thinking about the Giants. 1 o'clock, Baltimore at Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati. I'm not too sure about Baltimore. I'm going to go with Cincinnati, -2.5. I like Cincinnati all during the year. Over under 44.5. Going back to the Giants, I hope they start the Frome kid because Glennon, he's not the answer for the Giants. We don't have any Daniel Jones, which will probably benefit to the Giant fans. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Detroit. Actually, when I placed the FanDuel bet, I did it backwards. And actually, it took Detroit last week. Thank God, it was dumb luck. I won with Detroit and the over-under. Detroit at Atlanta. I'm going to roll with Detroit. I owe them from last week. I'm going to take Detroit +6, over-under 42.5. Sunday, 1 o'clock. Jacksonville at the New York Jets. I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I don't think I've done that in years, going with Jacksonville. I'm going to take Jacksonville at the Jets, and I'm getting 2.5 points, over-under 41.5. I'm hoping the Jets zoom right into the first pick in the NFL draft, because I think on FanDuel I bet like $20 they would have the worst record, and I'll win like $1,000 or something like that. And the Jets are working their way. Detroit is winning games. The Jets aren't. FanDuel bet here: Rams at Minnesota. Rams just played last night. They didn't pull the over/under, but they won the game. They're at Minnesota. Both these teams played late. Again, the Rams Tuesday. It's really a short week. I'm going to take the Rams -3, over/under 49, 49.5. Lungs are starting to clear up. Well, they are cleared up just a little bit more, and I'm back to normal. Sunday, 1 o'clock. I got Buffalo at New England. Really a tough game. Buffalo can't run the ball. Yeah, that's the problem here. But if Josh Allen gets on a roll, you can't stop that kid. And I'm getting 2.5 points. I like New England. Took them last week, lost. I'm going to take Buffalo. I'll go with the arm. +2.5, over/under 43.5. 4 o'clock game. Chicago at Seattle. Chicago's got issues. The Justin Fields kid, he has got to throw that ball lower. He is a tip drill. Yeah, I see talent there, but he needs more coaching. Sorry. Let's see. I'm going to go with Seattle. Big line, but 6.5. I'm going to go with Seattle. Over/under 43.5. 4 o'clock game. Denver at Las Vegas. Las Vegas just pulled it out with a last-second field goal last week. I had Cleveland getting 1.5. I lose, but I didn't have a quarterback. I'm going to go with Las Vegas. Not sure what the condition of Teddy Bridgewater is. I'm going to take Vegas -1.5 at home, over/under 41.5. FanDuel, Sunday, 4 o'clock. Pittsburgh at KC. Pittsburgh ain't scaring anybody. This is the end for Big Ben. I'm going to take KC, -7, over/under 44.5. 8 o'clock game. Washington. I don't know who's quarterback, and I don't know if Heineke's going to be there. Dallas. Yeah, it's hard to predict what goes on with Dallas these days. I'm going to take Washington. It's a big line. I'm going to take Washington -10.5. Big rivalry game here. These teams play each other tight. Washington +10.5. Over/under 47.5. And Monday, you got Miami at New Orleans. I'm on the Tuva bandwagon. You know, he's got to work on the deep ball. Maybe work a little more arm strength. The kid is accurate. I'm going to go with Miami. I don't know who's quarterbacking this week for New Orleans. I'm going to take Miami +3, over/under, low one, 38.5. Merry Christmas. Bet with your head. Don't bet a lot of money. You know, $5 a game. You can do that stuff on FanDuel. Enjoy the holiday. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.